Hi guys, Dan here from KilowattAuto. So today is the long-awaited comprehensive car cleaning video that I promised you a couple weeks ago. So in today's video, I want to break down my entire process from start to finish that I do typically on a once to twice yearly basis just to really deep clean the car and keep it having that factory fresh look. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started, all of the products that I'm going to be using today are not sponsoring this video. So they're all things that I actually use and have been using in the past. And really the key takeaway that I want you guys to have from this video is that it's more about the process and covering all of the bases in terms of having a wash, a clay bar product, a degreaser, etc. And as long as you're using some type of product that meets all of the categories that I'm going to talk about, you'll be able to achieve similar results. So step number one is going to be to get the car washed, and this is really just to get the large and loose debris off of the body of the car. So stuff like mud, road dust, other things like that that are going to pretty much fall off as soon as they get hit with water. Key points for the wash phase though is that you want to use ideally a wash that is just purely soap and water. So you don't want any additive paint protectors, no waxes mixed in or anything like that. In my case, I don't have access to a hose, so I am going to use a car wash. If you are going to use a car wash though, I would just go with the most basic wash that they have available just to limit the amount of extra products that could potentially be added onto the car during those various wash phases. Next up is the step that's probably going to take you the longest, honestly, and this is our clay bar phase. And the clay bar basically is going to pull any tougher debris and contaminants that are stuck to the body of your car out of the paint. So things like sap, grease, and other more viscous substances that are really hard to get off with just water is essentially what the clay bar is for. And you want to be really meticulous with this process because it's going to pull, again, a lot of those more tough to reach debris out of the paint that we don't want to seal in when we're applying our ceramic coating. So I'm partial to the Mother's clay bar kit. It comes with 2 clay bars and also a detailing solution that you can use as a lubricant. And actually in today's video and going forward, I actually don't use the detailing solution with the clay bar. And this is actually a recommendation from one of you guys just mentioning that the detailing polymer is going to add more contaminants to the surface of the car, and it's better just to use water with the clay bar as your lubricant. So in today's video, that's what I ended up doing. The water, you just spritz it over the body of the car and then push the clay bar along the surface in nice, even, repeating motions. And you'll be able to feel the clay bar when it gets stuck in certain trouble areas, and that's where you'll know you have to focus a little bit more of your effort to kind of pull any of the contaminants out of the paint. So I spent a lot of time definitely on the front of the car where it's taking most of the impact from the road, and then also along the rocker panels. And the more meticulous you are, again, as I mentioned earlier, the better your results are going to be at the end. So this phase definitely took me the longest in terms of pulling everything out, especially on the rocker panels, to really restore that factory fresh paint look. And with the clay bar, you're going to want to work in small overlapping sections, and once you're done, you can wipe away the excess water with a microfiber towel. Next up is going to be our polishing phase. So today I'm using a polisher from Griot's Garage, and this is just one that was available at my local auto parts store. Again, I'm not really partial to a particular polisher. As long as you get a random Orbital polisher, you're going to be able to achieve similar results. And then you also just want to be careful about the different polishing pads that you can select. Some are more coarse than others and are going to be better for more deeper levels of correction. As someone who's relatively new to polishing, I went with a pretty light pad just so it really wouldn't take that much of the clear coat off of the car, and really it's only a correcting pad, so it's going to be helpful for very light to moderate swirls in the actual paint. But once you have the pad on the polisher, you then want to do what's called buttering the pad. So basically you just put a light layer of compound all over the surface of the pad, similar to if you're buttering a piece of bread. And you don't want to put on too much compound because it'll fly off and make a big mess. So again, just a light layer, and then you're going to want to work in small 2x2 or 4x4 sections of the body, and you just want to make sure that you're consistent with your polishing maneuver. So if that means you're starting from the top and working left to right all the way down to the bottom and then back to the top again, or if you're starting from the left and going up and down all the way across to the right. And you can repeat these type of patterns over and over again in small overlapping sections to really improve the luster of the clear coat on your car. And then one key thing to remember is that you want to make sure that you're wiping away the polish before it dries on the surface of the car, and for this you can just use a microfiber towel to do that. Next up is our degreasing phase, and this is going to remove any remaining polishes, waxes, or any other type of cleaning products that could still be on the surface of the car. So this is a really important step before we apply our ceramic coating. And for this, I use the product Guyon Quartz. It's Q2M Prep is the specific name of it. And basically, it's just a solvent that's going to remove any of those remaining debris that could be on the surface of the car. So in this case, you want to make sure that you're applying this anywhere that you plan on applying ceramic coating. So I'm going to apply it not only to the body of the car, but also the glass and the trim, just to make sure that you're getting any excess cleaning products that could still be on the surface of the car. I apply this pretty liberally, and then you just wipe it away with a microfiber towel until the entire surface of the car has been cleaned. Now the car is going to be ready for ceramic coating application, and I'm using Hydrosilix Recharge, and it's the product that I've used in the past and I've had really good results with it. I picked this particular ceramic coating because it's not as heavy and long lasting as some other ones. As a do-it-yourself product, in case you make any type of errors or anything like that, it's really not going to seal in any defects for say 1 or 2 years like some professionally applied ceramic coatings can. So with this particular product, it's super easy to apply. You just spray it onto the surface of the car. You're going to want to have 2 different microfiber towels, one for spreading the ceramic coating evenly and then another one for buffing the surface of the car dry. And like I mentioned earlier, you can apply this pretty much to the entire surface of the car. So I am going to apply it to the body, the lights, the glass, windows, and trim all over the car. And ceramic coating is a much longer lasting sealant for the surface of your car. So you're going to notice that water and other liquids are going to bead right off the surface, and it's going to really seal in a long lasting shine, which we'll take a look at in a minute here once we're done with the entire cleaning process. Next up is going to be dressing the tires. So I use the degreaser on the surface of the rims just to remove any brake dust or any other debris that could be caked there. And really with the Tesla and regenerative braking, I usually don't have much or any brake dust buildup on the surface of the rims. So in general, they stay pretty clean. And then for the actual walls or the rubber portion of the tires, I do use Armor All's ceramic coating tire shine. And I made a video about this previously, and this product is honestly incredible compared to other tire shines that I've used in the past. You'll see that as I'm applying it today, there's actually some residual shine from last time when I applied this, which was over a month ago, which is kind of unheard of when you're looking at tire shines, which typically wash off after the first rain that you drive through. So this is a product that's been incredibly durable, and if you want to check out that other video that I made on it, I'll go ahead and link that above for you and you can take a look at it at the end of this video. But it's a simple process to apply this tire shine. You just want to work in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion, evenly coating each section of the tire just to make sure that you're getting all the walls nicely covered with the ceramic shine. Now that we've taken care of the outside of the car, we want to make sure we clean the interior, and this is something that I do on a regular basis, but each time that I clean the car, I'm making sure that I'm vacuuming the interior. On the white seats, I just spray them with water. I don't use any chemicals or any other type of sealants or protectants on them. And these seats are about 2 years old and have still remained extremely durable and factory-like in their appearance. And that's just been with the water spurts down and a wipe down with a microfiber towel. But now that everything's done, we'll go ahead and take a walk around to the car and see how everything turned out. So hopefully you can see that even after about 2 years, this car still essentially looks brand new if you follow all of these steps. And working through each step and making sure you're having a wash sequence, clay bar, polish, degrease, ceramic coat, and then tire dressing is going to ensure that you have these type of results regardless of how old your car is. Overall, this process took about 3 hours or so you're definitely going to want to set aside an afternoon to take care of this. One thing I also forgot to mention is that for most of these products, it is helpful if you're applying them in the shade or in a garage. So that's just something to be mindful of. You definitely do not want to be working in direct sunlight, especially when you're applying the ceramic coating. But if you guys have any questions on any of the processes I used today, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you have a different product that you've used in the past that you've had good results with, let me know about that as well. For those of you that are still watching, I did post a survey on the community tab for my channel about a week or so ago, just to gauge what type of Tesla videos you guys are into seeing. So if you have a second and you want to go answer that survey, I'd really appreciate it so I can have a better idea in terms of what type of videos you might be looking for. But that's actually going to bring us to the end of today's video. Thank you for taking the time to watch today. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.